Welcome back to the Fix Sports Podcast, which is the realest, blackest, and funniest sports podcast you have ever heard in your entire life. I'm coming straight from the side, going down. Audio Shop Talk brought to you right in your ear hole by yours truly, Joseph Ward, aka hashtag in your mom's hashtag. Yep, hashtag going down right here on the Freedom Train Network at www.freedomtrainradio.com. I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Grip Bellamy. I got his shirt on for those who get to see the video. I got my God's first shirt on for represent my dog Grip Bellamy brand. You heard me. Really going down in the South. My dog in Atlanta, he just started his own clothing line, and I want to support my homeboy. So I like, man, let me put my shirt. Let me put my nice God's first shirt on for my dog Grip Bellamy. Man, he on Instagram at God's First or G1, something like that. Just Google God's First. I know I'm fucking this up. I was supposed to know his social media handle, but damn it, I don't. But I know it's God's First Clothing or G1 Clothing. Go check him out, Instagram, Google it. Get you a God's First shirt, get you a mask, get you a jumpsuit, a hat, and everything they got. So make sure you check out my homeboy. I just wanted to plug that real quick. Why? Because I could do that because it's my podcast. You heard me? So thank you all for tuning in once again to another episode of the Fix Sports Podcast. Thank you to all my longtime listeners and watchers, to all my new listeners and watchers. Welcome to this excellence, which is this Fix Sports Podcast. Once again, I am Joseph Ward. I will be bringing you the latest sports stories from the latest week that stood out to me, and I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the information and give you my take on it. We got to talk these sports the right way. I like talking sports. I got tired of yelling at the computer, got tired of yelling at the TV and yelling at my phone, so I decided to yell at you all, and you all can yell back at me. You heard me? Remember the website, once again, www.freedomtrainradio.com, where you can learn everything about the Freedom Train Network and the Fix Sports Podcast. You heard me? Remember that the Fix is brought to you by On the Shoulders of Giants. And On the Shoulders of Giants brings you African history at your fingertips and on the go. They specialize in the stories of the sung and unsung heroes of the African diaspora. They go through their research to find these stories and put them in specific mediums, such as the On the Shoulders of Giants book series, the On the Shoulders of Giants blog, the On the Shoulders of Giants African History Curriculum app, which is available on the website at www.ontheshoulders1.com. The On the Shoulders of Giants online course, which is available on Patreon at patreon.com/OTSOG. The On the Shoulders of Giants nonprofit organization, as well as face-to-face or virtual classes, educational sessions, keynote speaking sessions, graduation speeches, whatever you need, anything about Black history or the history of the African diaspora, make sure you hit up On the Shoulders of Giants, because they have you, and you can access it on your smartphone, smart board, smart TV, computer, tablet, anything, all these mediums. Once again, the website is www.ontheshoulders1.com. You heard me? So it's time to get it in on this episode right here, the Fix Sports Podcast. You heard me? So what we talking about today, Willie? What we talking about? All right, HBCU Spotlight is back. We got a spotlight. I'm happy about that. I'm happy we got that HBCU Spotlight down, y'all, because I missed that spotlight. The HBCU news gold down, y'all. But I missed that spotlight. So in the HBCU Spotlight, we are highlighting the HBCU track and field all academic program. So the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association is awarding individuals for their academic achievements. You hear me? So these players balling on and off the track. So HBCU news. First part is 19 players on the FAMU Rattler football team test positive for COVID. And then the second part is multiple North Carolina A&T student athletes or athletes test positive for the coronas. So, also, speaking of coronas, moving forward, a number of NBA players actually test positive for the coronas this past week. So we're going to talk about those players and get a little update on the NBA players who got the coronas and see how that's going to affect the start on the 30th. The Washington Losers, formerly the Washington Busters, the Washington Mustard Pants, the NFC East team, the worst team in the NFC East, formerly known as the Washington Racial Slurs, has officially announced that they're changing their name. What do they know? What will the new name be? We don't know yet. I suggest the Washington Losers, the Washington Marks, the Washington Busters, but we'll get more into that as we get into this story. But that will be something that we're going to cover. And as a Cowboys fan, I am pointing and laughing. So the homie, one of the sports reporters, Adrian Wojnarowski, was suspended by ESPN for an email that he sent to somebody. And a lot of people was like, man, fuck that shit, man. Free Woj, man. Free Woj. So we're going to talk about the Free Woj movement, see if we want to get down with that. The NBA got a COVID snitch line. And Dwight Howard done already been pinpointed or snitched on through the snitch line. So we're going to talk about the NBA COVID snitch line that they got down there in that bubble. Our weekly rant warm-up is a 12-year-old was arrested for sending a racial message to Crystal Palace's Wilfred Zaha, which is a soccer player over in somewhere in Europe, I think. Oh yeah, Solihull, England. Solihull, England. I probably butchered that name. Now, weekly rant. It's going right back at that Washington franchise. The male members, Daniel Snyder and everybody, not Ron Rivera because he knew, but all the people who've been there, because it's reported that they have a culture of sexual violence amongst their culture of losing. So, as a Cowboy fan, I'm going to lean in on these Washington losers. You heard me? So that's what we talking about today on the Fix Sports Podcast. Man, I'm so excited. I just can't fight it. Because it's time for that HBCU Spotlight. Yeah. Break it down now. Let me hear you. Now let me feel you. Kiss me on my neck. Kiss me on my neck, girl. Oh. Let me hear you. Now let me feel you. Oh, yeah. And it do a little something like this on this HBCU Spotlight. As I mentioned earlier, the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association awarded individuals and teams with its all-academic awards. Yeah, man. Here's a look at the HBCU track and field teams that achieved the honor of having a team grade point average of 3.0 or higher. These student athletes worked hard to finish out a semester where sports were canceled and classroom learning switched to virtual environments. Computer love. Alright, so the Division I women's programs, HBCU, Alabama State University with a combined GPA of 3.369. You heard me one time for the 6.9. Bethune-Cookman University with a combined GPA of 3.09. FAMU came in third with a combined GPA of 3.72. Howard University came in fourth with a combined GPA of 3.08. Morgan State with a combined GPA of 3.252. Norfolk State with a combined GPA of 3.19. So that's Division I women. Division I men is Alabama State University with a 3.1914 for the men. So one time for Alabama State coming in first for men's and women's. Bethune-Cookman University coming in second for men's and women's with a 3.02. But Morgan State coming in third in Division I men with a 3.004. Come on, fam. How you gonna let Morgan State beat you on the men's side? So Division II men at Lincoln University with a 3.09. Lincoln University 3.03, Livingstone University 3.03, St. Augustine University 3.12 GPA, and Virginia Union with 3.06. Division II women is John C. Smith University with a 3.136. Lincoln University in Missouri with a 3.55. Lincoln University in Pennsylvania with a 3.22. Livingstone University with a 3.28. St. Augustine University 3.34. Shaw University 3.12. And Virginia Union rounding it off with a 3.56. Division II women. So these are the academic all academic awardees. These are the schools whose students combined GPAs allowed them to be ranked as the top academic awarded schools, athletic schools for student athletes. Because I mean, they in that classroom and they doing their work and they turning in their homework and they creating cheating circles. No, I'm just playing. They creating cheating circles. But one time for everybody who put the work in to make sure they get them marks. They got them good marks. Put y'all hands together for all the students. They got them good marks in school. Got them had to get them 3-point somethings. You heard me? When you get them 3-point somethings, you heard me? You know what I'm saying? You understand me? Let me stop talking like that, man. I'm from Tallahassee. I like doing that. It's fun, though. But one time for all the students, they didn't give individual names of the students. But one time for all the universities for the academic All-American winners for the HBCU track and field programs. You hear me? All right. HB, HBC News. Hey, man. So before we get to our HBCU news, man, you know we got to do this thing off right. We got to do it right, man. We got to do it right. So grab your partner, get on the dance floor, feel it in your spawn. That HBCU spotlight coming to an end, baby. Oh, pull your shirts off, twist around your head and swing it like a helicopter. Man and woman, take your shirts off when you're listening to this. Take your shirts off. Oh! Pull your drawers to the side. Hey, pull your drawers to the side. Cause the winner looks something like that. For that HBCU spotlight. For our academic All-American winners at their HBCU schools. Going out there and getting them marks. And doing their work. And creating them groups. And getting together and studying. And presenting their work. And going to class. And making it happen. And making it happen. And making it happen. And for them academic All-Americans and the HBCU spotlight. Yeah. All right, now time for that HBCU news. You heard me? So, FAMU. I guess 19 players are confirmed positive from the FAMU football team. Well, how that happened, will it? So, time has come for student athletes to return back for the fall semester. With the return, athletes underwent testing following the arrival protocol. Now, that is interesting. I'm not sure if that was before or after the MEAC canceled fall sports. We do know that there's no FAMU football this year. There's no MEAC football. Everybody who's a part of the MEAC, they are not playing any fall sports. So FAMU ain't playing football, even though players have tested positive for that wrong. Right? According to FAMU Athletic Director Courtney Goshen, 9 out of 65 student athletes tested positive for COVID-19. I said 19 players. Excuse me. 19 players didn't test positive. Players tested positive for the COVID-19. I took that damn 19 and ran with it. My bad, my fault. Don't mean to put out false information. You heard me? So the one test that was conducted on campus was taken prior to the student athlete's return to campus date. That student athlete remained at home and did not return to campus, Goshen told the Tallahassee Democrat. The health and safety of our student athletes remain our #1 priority, Goshen continued. We are monitoring our results and will make informed decisions to protect each student athlete and our campus community. We have been in constant communication with all of our student athletes. Through this process, we will continue to work with our campus officials to follow our campus plan and protocols as we reopen, which we know fall sports ain't happening, to reiterate that. All 9 student athletes have been placed on quarantine for the time being. 2 athletes live in one campus, live in on-campus living, but officials explained that transmission of COVID-19 was not the FAMU on campus. Okay, the other 7 will remain off campus during the quarantine. So, man, my prayers go out to these 9 players. I hope you all have full recovery, don't have any complications from this COVID, and come out healthy. You heard me? But we gotta get our mind right. We gotta wait 2021 to see some football. So multiple student athletes, and further HBCU news, rather, let me get my transition. And further HBCU news, multiple student athletes at North Carolina A&T test positive for that Rona-19. You heard me? So North Carolina A&T student athletes are reporting 4 positive coronavirus cases among student athletes since their return on campus on July 6th. All 4 student athletes are asymptomatic. If the student athletes have university housing and have tested positive, they are being isolated in a designated area on campus. Their meals are being delivered. Football student athletes returned on July 5th. A source told HBCU Game Day last week that 1 football player had tested positive for the COVID-19. This is a tweet by a guy named Stephen Gaither. It says, sources tell me that North Carolina A&T football player has tested positive for that Rona-19. Waiting on confirmation, football student athletes returned to school on July 15th. North Carolina A&T student athletes who are living on campus live in groups of 8 to 10 people. They are also conducting workouts in groups of 8 to 10. Each workout is pre-scheduled. Temperature and symptom screenings are being conducted daily, so it's my job. Now I'm just playing. Masks are mandatory in public when student athletes are not working out. All staff working with student athletes are mandated to wear masks. Sanitizer and masks are made available. If anyone lacks those items, a full look at A&T's athletics prevention methods can be found here. So, a little news, man. So players on FAMU got that Rona-19, and players on A&T got that Rona-19. So, thoughts, prayers, and good energy go out to all the players, all these athletes, everybody who got the Rona-19. Wishing full recoveries for everybody who got the Rona-19, because Rona is real and it ain't playing. And for those of you who out there who don't get it, for all you Floridians, since I'm in Florida, all you Floridians who don't get it, y'all stupid as hell. Y'all stupid as hell. Ain't no party, no beach, no bar, no celebrations, or nothing like that. So important that we got to get the Rona. None of the dumbass anti-mask protests. Y'all need to stop that stupid shit. And we need to be safe. We could have had Rona under better control if goddamn the human element wasn't so damn stupid. You hear me? And that ain't to these players though, but that's to people out there being stupid with that Rona. So that is my HBCU news. So moving on, like I mentioned in my rundown, in the opening, that a number of NBA players have tested positive for that Rona-19. From the sources, those names include Russell Westbrook, Nikola Jokic, Eric Bledsoe, some of the names that they reported. So the NBA season ground to an abrupt halt on March 11th when Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert tested positive for that Rona-19. Since then, opinions on whether or not the season would ever finish have been mixed. Even now, as the NBA has migrated to Disney World, there is no guarantee that it will happen. The virus has shown few signs of slowing down, and cases are actually surging in Florida. Right? Health and safety concerns regarding the pandemic, combined with the growing social justice movement and questions about the quarantine situation, have raised plenty of questions about whether the NBA will be able to pull this off. And beyond that, whether it's even ethical for them to try. For now, at least, the answer seems to be that they are foregoing ahead. In late June, players returned to team facilities for workouts and teams started testing for COVID-19. That process has already turned up dozens of positive tests, including Russell Westbrook, Nikola Jokic, DeAndre Jordan, Malcolm Brogdon, Harrison Barnes, and a number of other players at